Welcome my friends and welcome to a new video. CI Games first quarter 2025 financial report is out yesterday. In this video we're going to look shortly at the chart, then we dive deep into the numbers. I give you some ideas how you can interpret those numbers. We look what the CEO is talking about, so there's a lot going on. Also, before I start, I'm invested in CI Games, so this is no financial advice. This is just for entertainment information purposes only, so do your own mistakes, guys. Don't buy anything you see in this video. So guys, let's start immediately. Also, before I continue, so I'm not planning to sell. I keep my CI Games shares for now. This is an investment that I want to make for a bit longer term. CI Games here, so everything in zloty here. So how much is a zloty? One zloty is 0.23 euros, so 23 euro cents. So this is the 5-year chart. You see we had this incredible spike even up to the 7 zlotys. This was then shortly before the Lords of the Fallen release, and the Lords of the Fallen has been released and the stock has been hammered. But since then, they were actually able to recuperate themselves very well here. So they created a nice baseline here, as you can see. And since then, we're actually going up. So I'm in the plus. I would even the stock like to fall a bit more because I would like actually to buy more. But hey, you cannot get everything when it comes to investing. So yesterday when I created this this presentation today, it's around about the same. Yesterday we were actually dropping, then after the report 6.8%. So this is nothing special with let's say with a volatile small market cap company like CI Games. So this is obviously nothing special, but of course then the money goes. Bless you, Mr. Orange. Sorry guys. All right. So obviously it's never nice. It's never nice when the stock drops, but it happens. So some people maybe buy some more at this point. Other people think now it's time to sell. If they look at the earnings report, they come to this conclusion, or we just accept that micro market cap stocks like CI Games are just sometimes dropping. So nothing special, nothing to see here. All right, let's go a bit in the financials. So key financial indicators from the first quarter with regard to for the first quarter in 2024. Also, I want to underline here. So I took this all from the official report, but I used ChatGPT AI to help me to get the information in this sense. Also, some of the analyses are made by AI, and therefore they're, in my opinion, quite neutral, quite objective. So, but what I can tell you, I keep holding my shares, and if they would drop, I would personally buy some more. So just to flag this. So revenue, profitability, net revenue, we always have the Polish zloty here on the left side, and then in parentheses we have the euro value, so that's maybe then easier for people to understand. So as you can see, 3.89 million, and then in 2024 it was 5.05 million, so down 25% year on year due to a lack of new game releases. Main contributors were Lords of the Fallen released then already in October 23, and this is 38% of the sales. So this is obviously something, if you don't like taking risk in small companies. So if you see, wow, one game is 38%, I'm out of here. So I would understand this. Sniper Ghost Warrior 1 and 2, 26%, and Tales of Iron 2, 24%. I don't own Tales of Iron 2 actually, and I personally not played lots of the Fallen yet. So, but what I played was quite good. So this reflects the post-launch tail effect typically in gaming industry. Exactly. Gross profit 1.29 million with regard to 1.64 million. Despite lower revenue, the gross margin increased slightly to 33.1%, up from 32.4%. So obviously that's nothing special in here, but it's good to see that actually the gross margin is increased. Indicates better cost control in direct production, reduced engine fees and amortization. Very important parts. Well, because companies you can spend money for everything, but you need your financials under control. And this is also I would say the 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 line through the earnings report of CI Games. They have their finances more or less under control. So I say more or less because I obviously only know what I see. Operating profit EBIT still negative, 0.2 million. So this is 220,000 euros. Still negative due to high selling and GA expenses, but manageable given the investment phase. Net profitability, so 0.26 million, 260,000. This is now driven by financial income and lower taxes. We like lower taxes. Financial income, yeah, likely includes interest income or currency gains, non-operating sources. So it's obviously not so good when you just get your money that you make. You get actually from interest rates income, and not actually from selling your product. So obviously that's not always so good. But hey, even Tesla, I think, was going through a phase like pretty similar like this. So, and MicroStrategy actually, the guys with the Bitcoin, they built their whole everything, or at GameStop now they build it on Bitcoin. So yeah, obviously, but keep this in mind. Important. EBITDA 1.89 million, versus 2.58 million, still strong at 49%. EBITDA margin, this is the margin, reflecting efficient ongoing operations. Guys, tell me if you need more explanation to those terms. What is EBITDA margin? What is net profit? I can even start really from the beginning and start easy videos like this. So if there is an interest. Cash flow overview. Operating cash flow is 3.89 versus 7.15, so down. Healthy, though lower year on year, reflects collection of receivables from earlier sales. Investing cash flow minus 487 million versus minus 3.3 million, used for game development. Very important, especially Projekt 3 and Projekt H long-term value. So I think Projekt 3 is the new Sniper Ghost variant title, and Projekt H is it the new Lords of the Fallen? Is it new Lords of the Fallen? But I made it red just that you see that their new games are coming. Financing cash flow 1.20 million versus minus 7.30 million. Positive due to new loan drawdown to finance projects. Well, they took a new loan. First, the CEO once said they didn't take a loan. I remember, because I'm following this company very, very long time now. And then in the end, it turned out they took out a loan. So in the end, they took the loan. So probably they had to reevaluate, reanalyze everything. So they came to the conclusion. So financing cash flow. So that's financing cash flow. It's a loan. A loan you have to pay back. So it's not money that you earned. Net cash flow. Company preserved cash despite heavy investment. So that's good to see that we have a little cash, a little net cash here position. It's not a lot. It's around 20,000. So it's very small, but it's better than the year before. Balance sheet as of 31st of March. Total assets 58 million versus 54.8 million. That's good growth of 8.7 million zlotys, mainly from investment in game development. So if you invest in game development, you create something, so you create assets, you create value. Non-current assets 52.6 million, driven by intangible assets game project, which grew by 11.4 million. Current assets 5.4 million, includes cash of 7.2 million zlotys and receivable of 14.1 million zlotys. So equity 37.4 million, stable, shows solid capital structure, 64% equity ratio. Good to see. Total liabilities 20.6 million. I don't like liabilities, obviously. It's something no one ever likes. Increase mainly due to bank loans to finance development. So, but you have to take the loan, you have to finance your project. And deferred tax liabilities, but that's minor changes. So, well, we have to keep an eye on this. We have to keep an eye on always on the liability. So, but if they continue to grow, and this company is old and it exists since longer time, and they're doing quite okay for now. Post-quarter event summary. So everything that happened, I took this from the The summary is with AI, but I took it from the report, postquart, the event summary, everything that happened after the 31st of March. So on 17th April, CA Games launched lots of the Fallen version 2.0, a major free update for existing users. And then strategic significance culmination of 18 plus month post-launch support, including 50 plus technical content updates. So yeah, it's good. The update was substantial, we can say this. Introduced key community-driven features, full co-op with shared progression, that's what people are asking for, dedicated jump button, well, nothing special here, but combat improvements, yes, it's better, and friends pass, free invite feature. Strong alignment with the company's player-first strategy of the CEO, he underlines it constantly. Market reaction and performance, extreme positive reception, both in terms of player sentiment and commercial performance. In the first 10 days, the game sold 200,000 digital copies more. This is the reason why the stock is up now, guys, so keep this in mind. By May 1st, 240,000 units sold. Re-entered top 10 global bestsellers on Steam and PlayStation 5, and this after 18 months, guys. That's not good, not bad, not bad. Compared to January promotion, Steam sales 1000% up, Xbox sales 860% up, PlayStation sales 500% up. Estimated revenue April 1st to May 23, and yeah, estimated revenue of 4,300,000 units sold, including DLC. Good to hear, guys. This surge in sales and sentiment was not included in the first quarter report, but will significantly impact quarter 2 2025 results. So we're looking forward to this. Confirms that a lot of the Fallen has strong IP potential and justifies the company's long-term franchise strategy. Of course, we have to look now, are people really enjoy this game? Are people really still playing this game? Are people willing to buy the next game? So that's really important. But sometimes people buy a game and then you don't know if they would buy the next game, and then the next game is not going to be successful just for the reason that people that bought the game were actually disappointed. So always keep this in mind. Conclusion, a major upside catalyst with potential to material boost Q2 revenue, profitability, and brand equity. Strategic positioning and risk. Let's go back again. No game launches in 2025. Planned revenue likely to remain subdued. Ongoing investments, high research and development spending on upcoming titles may position CA Games for strong performance in 2026 plus. That's a good analysis I like, because you have to invest in order to make new games. Hello Ubisoft, this is also for you. Hello Electronic Arts. Hello all the others. So most companies do it, so obviously. But yeah, that's good. So they continue to work. They continue to get up every morning, the people, and go to work or sit in the home office, and they continue to create something of value, and that's important. Partnership with Epic Games, advances received for lots of the Fallen sequel on PC, ensuring short-term liquidity. That's for me one of the negative points. That's for me one of the negative points. And I really, really have to say it. So as a gamer, I want my games. As a gamer, I want my games on Steam. That's very important to say. I understand that they get money to finance the next game. So for example, the idea was not to take out a loan, because then they would get the money from Epic Games. In the end, they took out a loan. Now we have to ask our questions. How long will Epic Games have the exclusive rights? With regard to Steam, is the game coming out on Steam a little bit down the road? How much potential is there to sell the game on Epic Games, on the Epic Games launcher? This is everything. All of this is important, my friend. All of this is important. Therefore, that's for me the negative part, but I understand the decision, because if they wouldn't do it, then they would have probably some issues to finance the next game. So that's what we have to keep in mind, my friends. All right, my friends, let's continue. Summary for investors, detailed evaluation. I like this summary. So profitability, net profit of 0.26, 260,000. It's not a lot. Despite revenue contraction, shows strong cost discipline. That's important. Gross margin held at 33.1%. EBITDA remained high at 1.89 million, signaling an efficient cost base even in non-peak quarters. That's important. Operating margin still negative due to heavy amortization and development ramp up. Cash flow, operating cash flow 3.89 million euros, supported by flow, working capital release, receivables collected, capital expenditure intensity is high. Yeah, that's something we have to keep an eye on. But this is typical in pre-release phases here. Financing cash flows turned positive thanks to 6.4 million in new loans and used to support game development without diluting equity. Otherwise, you have to give out new shares, and on the shares it's going to be diluted. That's obviously something no one likes. So, equity base remains strong. Balance sheet. Equity ratio is healthy, 64%, and cash reserves grew to 1.27 million. No long-term debt and manageable short-term liabilities. So no long-term debt. Short-term liabilities are manageable. Intangible assets now represent 82% of non-current assets, reflecting the capitalized value of internally developed IP, pipeline, and growth potential. The company is in a build-up phase with major investments in upcoming titles, Projekt 3, Projekt H, but no new releases in 2025. Key future revenues drivers hinge on the timing, quality, and reception of these new titles. United Labels' growing share, 31% of Q1 revenue, shows diversification beyond CI Games legacy franchise. So yeah, Tales of Iron Tomb. So we have to also keep in mind from a bit more negative point of view, only one game. So we need more games. So revenue concentration, top 3 franchises, here we go, contribute to 88% of Q1 sales. This exposure to a few IPs creates earnings volatility, especially in years with no releases. However, Epic Games' support for future PC distribution suggests continued interest in flagship IPs. Financing and risk. Debt is used prudently, while liabilities rose 20.6 million. There's no evidence of liquidity stress. Financing strategy includes publisher advances, Epic Games, bank loans, and potentially co-financing agreements. The group has financial flexibility and has avoided equity dilution thus far. Valuation hinges on 2026 plus performance. 2025 is expected to be flat due to lack of new releases, but the market could price in future upside if project milestones and game previews show promise. Investors with a 12 to 24 month horizon may see strong upside if launches are timely and well received. So it depends also a little bit now on the next games that are coming out, my friends. So keep this in mind. So let's say the next Lords of Fallen looks fantastic, everyone is going to be happy, and then that's good. Let's say the next Sniper Ghost Warrior looks promising and people want to buy it, and it gets a lot of wish lists on Steam, for example, because I think this game is planned still on Steam, also positive. So it's a small company, it's high risk. I want to put this out here. It's a small company, it's high risk. So I'm holding my shares. I would buy probably even a bit more if they fall further, but I'm holding right now and I'm happy as it is. So I think the earnings report is overall decent. It's not like I totally ultra positive surprise earnings report. It's a decent earnings report, and it's a steady growth of a company where people work hard, get up every morning, and it's player-centric base, so everything like this. So that's positive. So therefore, let's go and see a little bit what our friend Marek Tymiński, the CEO, says. So after the earnings report, exciting changes are underway at the studio as we continue to evolve and grow. As part of the broader strategy we shared last year, centered on unifying our workflows, enhancing cross-team collaboration, and always putting players first, we have made some strategic adjustments to our leadership position. This included the difficult decision to phase out 4 roles. While we are thankful to those individuals for everything they contributed to the project and the studio, we know we have made the right decision for the franchise. Looking ahead, we are excited to announce that Nathan has taken the reins as our new Senior Development Director. He joined us with strong recommendations and deep production expertise. James, as long-standing and valued team member, steps into the role of Game Director, ensuring creative continuity and momentum. We remain on track for our initial release window next year and are working hard to make it the best possible experience for players. So 2026 is going to be important. We're aligned, energized, and can't wait to share what's next. Then another tweet. Last year, we made some key strategic changes, putting players first at the center of everything we do. A big part of that was moving from multiple autonomous studios to a unified structure designed for stronger collaboration and shared direction. It's already making a big impact. Just look at Lords of the Fallen version 2.0. And another tweet, I work really closely with Nacon, James, and our other directors across this and other projects. This is a focused, experienced team cooking up something special, and you won't have to wait long to see what we cook. So now I'm also looking forward to actually listening to the earnings report. But this is, my friends, this is everything I give you for now. And I think there's a lot of valuable information where you can make up your mind what you think about this company. So I'm remaining absolutely clear here, my friends. This is high risk. Look at the chart. Look at the valuation. Look at the market cap. This is high risk. It's a small company, so only invest what you're willing to lose, because the story can always go completely different. So, and I prefer to be a bit more negative here by telling you this than being now positive and say, buy this company. No. Keep always the risk in mind, my friend. So with that, I'm leaving it here, and it was actually a lot of fun to go through those numbers. Also, with regard to my 16,000 shares I have in CI Games, so I'm invested myself. So obviously, don't take my opinion for anything. I'm just doing this for myself and for information purposes. So for myself to better understand the company, and I want to share my reflection process with you. And I hope you're not buying anything you see in this video. So as always, see you next time. Bye bye.